He showed no mercy on Lakin when she was begging for her life.
Count 1, malice murder. I'll sentence you to life without the possibility of parole.
This is where this case stops being a headline and becomes a nightmare. From a legal standpoint, the DNA under her fingernails is critical. It tells prosecutors there was a violent struggle, which directly supports malice murder. But emotionally, this is the moment every parent fears most. Ask yourself, how does a routine morning run turn into a crime scene that shocks an entire nation?
Like in the case of Jose Ibarra, who's charged with felony murder, kidnapping with bodily injury, and aggravated assault with intent to rape. In Athens, Georgia, Ibarra, an undocumented immigrant with a long history of crime in the U.S., had been peeping through students' bedroom windows at the Augusta University campus for days. But today was different. At almost 7 a.m., Ibarra meandered into the woods between the residences and campus buildings, and he waited. At 9:05 a.m., nursing student Lakin Riley began her morning run through campus. Then she turned left onto a path through the woods and was never seen again. 2 hours later, her concerned roommates, familiar with her running route, went looking for her. When they didn't find her, they called the police. But what that officer found would shock the nation.
About it. Ma'am. Oh, I EMS immediately, she's not breathing.
She had been attacked, asphyxiated, and fatally beaten with Jose Ibarra's DNA under her fingernails. 15 minutes after her death, Ibarra threw a jacket into the dumpster. The jacket contained both his and Riley's blood. Lakin's family was already on the way to the university when officers pulled them over.
Okay, let's step over here. Come on, let's go.
Then they broke the news.
It's not good. I don't want to tell you yes or no because I don't have names. I don't know who anybody is.
Meanwhile, detectives had tracked down Ibarra, who was, if you can believe it, taking a nap.
Policia, vamos.
He tried to feign innocence, but he couldn't hide his own injuries.
What injuries did you observe?
I noticed on his right arm, his bicep, there was a scratch, which I identified as a potential defensive wound. On his left arm, he had a forearm scratch that was very similar, which in my mind, looked like fingernail scratches to me.
Ibarra was arrested, and city residents were out for blood.
I have had 3 students at the University of Georgia. My youngest is a senior now, and I'm just really concerned for her safety. And I've been bothered for a long time, and I see things getting worse and worse.
The immigrant showed no remorse in court, even as Lakin's family mourned.
This is where this case stops being a headline and becomes a nightmare. From a legal standpoint, the DNA under her fingernails is critical. It tells prosecutors there was a violent struggle, which directly supports malice murder. But emotionally, this is the moment every parent fears most. Ask yourself, how does a routine morning run turn into a crime scene that shocks an entire nation?
He ripped away every beautiful memory we will ever be able to make with her again. Your Honor, I'm asking you to please give Jose Ibarra the same thing he gave us when he made the choice to take Lakin's life and destroy ours. He showed no mercy on Lakin when she was begging for her life.
This is the moment Ibarra learned his sentence.
Count 1, malice murder. I'll sentence you to life without the possibility of parole.
Ibarra was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Jose Ibarra stalked and killed his victim, but our next defendant used deception instead of violence until every lie she told collapsed in court.
Pocketbook, I'm muting you for... All right, I'm going to count that.
I'm not doing it.
Like in the case of Amanda Stiles, who's in the middle of a custody battle in Dallas, Texas. Right now, her ex-husband Ryan Parnell has custody of their children, and Stiles isn't too happy about it.
Okay, what can I do to help you all today?
Yes, sir. Get us off of your docket is what you could do. Go ahead, Lacey. Start talking.
That's pretty specific. Ms. Kimball?
Stiles wants custody back, but Lacey Kimball, representing Parnell, has some steep conditions.
The evaluation was completed, and so we have filed a motion for drug screening and a motion for a psychological exam based upon that custody evaluation recommendation.
The judge didn't notice her actions, but don't worry, Stiles does something even worse.
Blah, 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 blah.
Stop talking. You'll be able to respond in just a second. Ms. Kimball, you can go ahead and finish, and then Ms. Stiles, you'll have an opportunity to respond in just a minute.
This judge has the patience of a saint, but the next time Stiles got snarky, he wasn't so lenient.
Stop. I'm pretty low key. We're in court.
Fed up with Miss Kimball.
You need to be respectful. So you can just, if you're going to use my last names, that's fine. Just say Judge tonight. Okay, it's pretty easy.
The judge circled back to the drug test issue, and things didn't look so good for Stiles.
The drug screening part, do you have an objection to taking a drug test?
I'm not going to pay for it because I'll tell you up front I'll file for marijuana.
When was the last
But
time?
I'm happy to take it on
When was the last
expense.
time you took marijuana?
I use marijuana daily, all day, every day, and it's legal.
She may be rude, but at least she's honest.
You use marijuana all day, every day.
Not really day, every day, but I use it daily, if that helps you with your interpretations. Mr. Low-key, Honorable Judge tonight.
I'm not interpreting. I just said what you said.
Again, the judge let her comments roll off his back, but how much is too much?
When are you going to view my videos?
Ma'am, you need to answer my question.
I answered your goddamn question.
All right.
That was the judge's last straw.
I'm going to sanction you $100 for every time that you swear in court, because that's not appropriate. You just need to not do it. You can answer the question and be respectful to Ms. Kimball and to the court.
The judge muted her, and obviously she doesn't take it well.
What dates?
Ms. Kimball, do you have proposed dates?
I can. I would propose.
And whose expense? Mine? Because if it's mine, I'm not fucking doing it. Sanction, give me $100 fee. Woo,
Okay,
woo.
well, I am finding you in direct contempt.
Okay, one fine.
Finding you $100.
Okay, make it two. Damn, I said 2 words.
Ma'am, I don't think you want to do this.
If you thought a $200 fine would convince her to be quiet, you're wrong.
What time, dumbass? 3 contempts.
You're correct. That is 3.
3 strikes, you're out.
You don't get to do this for your own pocketbook. I'm muting you for, all right, I'm going to count that as another violation.
After that, Stiles leaves the meeting completely.
For the deposition, she didn't have any objection. I'm going to note for my own record that she opted out after flipping me off.
For the first time since the call began, the session was finally productive. That is, until she found another way to disrupt proceedings.
Mr. Parnell?
Yes, sir. Sorry, my phone's blowing up.
Life without parole is the harshest sentence short of death, and courts reserve it for crimes involving extreme brutality and clear intent. The judge isn't just punishing the act as protecting society from someone deemed being rehabilitation. Do you think life without parole delivers justice here, or does it simply close the book without real closure for the family?
She's texting in group text again. This happens quite frequently with her.
It's fine.
Apologize.
I was going to ask if she was participating by text.
Stiles' behavior made the judge understand just how rough married life must have been for Parnell.
Based upon my experience with the case, it's not fair to Mr. Parnell to have to pay those costs. So I'm granting that completely as well.
He waived the test fees for Parnell, wished him luck, and ended the call. If you thought Amanda Stiles' courtroom antics were dumb, wait until you see the defendant facing a suspended license charge who showed up to court driving.
Are you driving?
Just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended, and he was just driving. He didn't have a license.
Like in the case of Corey Harris, who's in court fighting a suspended license in Michigan.
Calls case People versus Corey Harris.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present via Zoom.
Harris just joined a Zoom call where his lawyer will fight for his license to be reinstated. There's just one problem.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Harris is behind the wheel.
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Wait.
The judge is dumbfounded, but Harris doesn't seem to realize his mistake.
You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
All right. What are we doing?
It takes a minute for Harris to catch on, but once he does, his reaction is priceless.
So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving. And he didn't have a license.
There's nothing he can say to fix the situation, and he knows it.
As with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
This trial was over even before it began.
I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
Harris's simple mistake cost him dearly, but nothing compares to the heinous actions of this preteen.
I hope and pray you did not do this, because this is horrific. This is a human being, and she deserves justice.
Like in the case of Jesse Stone, who's charged with burglary and sexual battery in Marion County, Florida. On June 9th, 2024, deputies received a 911 call from an elderly woman. Something horrible had happened.
Okay, I'm up here in Reddick. I'm at a house. A 91-year-old lady calls in saying she was just... we get on scene. She's beat up really bad.
The woman was home alone when the incident occurred.
She saw a shadow approaching her, and all of a sudden he just started like wailing on her. She's significantly injured in her face and got a big gash on her arm. She's 91 years old. So she says that the guy sounded Hispanic and he was telling her to be still and treated her with his fingers.
This is a masterclass in how not to behave in court. Judges have wide discretion when it comes to contempt, and every interruption, insult, or outburst chips away at your credibility. The irony, her own behavior, strengthens the argument against her as a custodial parent. Be honest, would you trust someone who can't follow courtroom rules with a child's well-being?
Said he never took off his pants, and it lasted about 15-20 minutes, and he left about 5 to 10 minutes prior to us going 97.
The DNA evidence led police to arrest 14-year-old Jesse Stone, who apparently knew the victim and would often stop by her house for neighborly visits. Soon, Stone's legal guardian, his grandmother, arrives, and the investigation begins.
So I went and met with your mom, and you guys signed a consent form, and we got your DNA. Okay.
He admitted to knowing the victim and even visiting her house, but then he made a fatal mistake.
Do you remember if you've ever been in any of those bedrooms?
No.
No?
No. I've never been in any room other than the living room, kitchen, the bathroom.
Okay. Is there any reason at all that your DNA would be on her clothes?
Yeah, we when I said goodbye to her, we hugged, like a slight hug.
Okay.
That's...
Let me be a little bit more specific. Your DNA was on her underwear.
What?
And so I want you to really use this time here to be honest with me about what happened that night.
Then, police showed them photos of the victim's injuries, and that's when Stone knew he was screwed.
Holy cow. I want to know why this happened.
Randy, help us understand, man.
This is the moment his grandmother turned on him.
It's hard for me to believe, too. It's really hard for me to believe, too, that you would do a thing like this.
I didn't.
But how many times have you been caught in lies?
I know.
And this is the whole reason why you're on restriction. It's because you're not telling the truth about things. If this woman deserves to have the truth, she deserves it, and you know that. I've never seen you hurt anybody, but I don't want to hurt. What the hell were you doing outside at that time of night? I'm sorry, but I'm an outdoorsy person.
If that's the best excuse he could come up with, he's really in trouble.
You're not an outdoorsy person. You're a sit in front of the TV kind of guy. I hope and pray you did not do this. Because this is horrific. This is a human being. And she deserves justice.
But would he follow his grandmother's advice? His confession is redacted under Florida law, but later in court, Stone did plead guilty to the assault.
This is unfortunate for you, for the victim, for both of your families.
This is the moment he learned his sentence.
You're adjudicated guilty and sentenced to 25 years in the Department of Corrections. That's going to be followed by 30 years of offender probation.